Hi everybody, it's Matthew here from Bead Spider. How are we all doing today? We're going to be getting our Christmas festive spirit on today as we make all sorts of really fun Christmas decorations using bugle beads. So lots and lots of fun things that are going to be happening today. I'm going to be doing two little demonstrations in one go, essentially, which I think is quite fun, quite exciting. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. There is, like I said, two demonstrations. So I'm going to show you, if we just have a quick look at this image here, the two on the right are what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to show you how to do that gorgeous bugle bauble. And I'm also going to show you how to do the star. That is the one-dimensional star. I'm also going to show you how to do the 2D star. So there's the puffy star and the flat star and the bugle bauble. And then see the bell on the left? That's what's coming on Friday's video. So lots and lots coming up in the next few days. If you want to get our Bugle Bauble Kit, every single one of the kits, you can get the link from the description. Each kit will make all three of those designs. So you'll make the bauble, the star in 2D or 3D, plus you'll also make that gorgeous bell included as well, which, as I said, is Friday's video. So, oh, and I almost forgot to tell you, there is a fantastic bonus if you want to purchase the new little kit that we've done. There is a fantastic bonus. So the kit is £12. Like I said, it will make all three, but if you buy all three colorways, which, like I said, blue, silver, and gold, I also have this gorgeous little free gift as a bracelet as well. So see that lovely little gold bugle Russian spiral, we call it the Black Russian bracelet. You will also get the free kit to make this bracelet. So completely free if you buy all three of those kits together. There's a lovely product, which, like I said, if you click the link in the description, it will take you to the exact spot where you can buy all three of those bugle kits and you'll also get the free bonus. I'll just show you very, very quickly. Last week, on Friday and Saturday, I did the gorgeous Christmas pen wraps. This is still on sale at the minute, our fantastic Christmas bundle for the pen wraps and all of these gorgeous charms. You can still get that on sale, plus our woven chain and Pandora sale, which is from last Wednesday. That sale is ending today. So if you want to make all of these gorgeous little things, which this is what I demonstrated on Saturday, and this is what I demonstrated on Friday, that little video is still available from the video is still available, but the sale will be ending soon if you want to get that bundle, because it's a fantastic bargain. You get 28 Christmas patterns, you get all the pen wraps, you get a pen, you get all the beads, you get findings to turn them into key rings, you can turn them into little, I don't know, all sorts of things, necklaces, bracelets, like my little shirt here is a cute little necklace. Just there, you get the findings for that. All of these are included if you want to get that. But like I said, the sale is ending soon on those things, so take a look. But yeah, let's get started on today's tutorial, shall we? Lots of people are joining in, which is always good fun. We've got, Purely Caribbean says hello from Florida. Jan is here as always. We've got Olayumi as well. We've got Monica. We've got Nancy here. Lots and lots of people joining in. Let's see if there's any others popping up as well. But yeah, so hopefully, I hope you will enjoy today's tutorial. Like I said, I'll start with the star. Just clear my little table up a little bit. And let's put my face up into the corner, shall we? It's a bit dark on the face camera. I'll try and fix that in a bit. But anyway, for now, let's have a little look at what we're going to be doing. Like I said, so here is the Christmas star. I'll show you how to make it into the single star style, but I'll also show you how to do the double star as well. So let's just pop these little Christmassy bits out of the way for now. And so here is our little star. I'll just show you the 3 different colorways so you can actually see them, because I'm sure most people do want to know what they are. So color number 1 is this gorgeous blue set just here. All 3, like I said, they all make all 3 designs. So there's the blue set. You've also got the gold set, which is what I'm going to be demonstrating with today, and the ever popular crystal silver set as well. So like I said, any 3 sets you want to buy, it will also include the new today free gift of this gorgeous little bracelet. This little bracelet. The full kit doesn't come included when you buy any 3 of those bugle sets. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the materials, I guess. I am using 15mm bugles. So these ones, they're a little bit bigger than you might usually see, but that makes them perfect for decoration. So just because they're that little bit larger, it means that, like I said, yeah, you've got that extra oomph to it to sort of make them a bit more visible. The star as well. So I'll show you a bit later what the bell looks like, because they're super effective. But that's what's going to be on Friday. So let's stick to task, Matthew, and we'll get on with our little star instruction. So the instructions are available if you want to get the star pattern on its own, if you want to get the bauble pattern on its own as well. Those are also available from the link there in the description. But yeah, let's get started, shall we? Like I said, I am going to start with our beautiful Christmas star. So I'm going to be using some monofilament thread. It might be a little bit more difficult than usual to see, but only a little bit. It's not a big problem. So see that? It's called monofilament because it's one single piece of nylon, but it's clear, so it's almost kind of like a fishing line. But that material means that, one, you don't see it, it's a little bit more firm compared to thread, but also it's if you're worried about your bugles, because they can have sharp edges, they're not going to get cut by they're not going to cut the monofilament thread. So anyway, to start with our nice flat star, I need to use about 1 meter of thread. So I'll just pull myself off 1 meter from the spool here. You do get your monofilament included with your kit. So let's just cut that. Oops, there we go. Get my little piece here. Get my scissors. There we go. And of course, I'm going to just thread it on to a needle. So this might be a little bit difficult to see because it's clear, but of course I want it to look good. So if you're using monofilament like this, sometimes you might find that it's a little bit difficult to get through the eye of your needle there. If you do come across that problem, all you have to do is just use this little end and bite it with your teeth if it won't go through, because you can sort of flatten it with your teeth, or maybe with a pair of pliers if you prefer, whatever's easier, and then it should fit very nicely through the eye of your needle. It should come through quite easily once you've done that. There we go. Now we're also going to be using in this star some silver-lined gold seed beads here. They're Preciosa size 10 Preciosa size 10 seed beads. I've also got some gorgeous 4mm crystals here, which you can use 3x4 crystals, or you can use a 4mm bicone, so a 3x4 rondelle. Oh yeah, don't forget everyone, please do like this video, share it, spread the word, help. Don't forget to subscribe if you're over on YouTube, and sort of help us spread the word about our tutorials here. So anyway, let's just move a few of our little stars out the way. Let's get some seed beads out and a few of our little crystals. We won't need too many. And essentially what we're going to do is make a little ring. So each one of these, we need to make 3 little seed beads in the ring. So 1, 2, 3 seed beads, followed by 1 crystal. And we're going to repeat that a total of 5 times, because that's how many points we want on our star. So a total of 5 repetitions. Hi to Linda, by the way. Linda's just popped in and she's saying hello. We're going to do a total of 5 repetitions of those little stars just there. Of those little crystals with seed beads. So let's just slide that down. We don't need to leave ourselves too much of a tail. Ooh, look at that, it's going crazy. Just slide it down a little bit more, and then I'll just sort of repeat the process. So 1, 2, 3, and oops, nearly dropped it. 3 and a crystal. 1, 2, 3 and a crystal. So that's 3 repetitions. 1, 2, 3 and a crystal. There we go. And then, so that's 4, and then last one, 1, oops, 2, come on, 3, and my little crystal makes 5 repetitions. Let's see who's been commenting in, shall we? Stacey Bayliss has just popped in. She said, I was having a nice chat with my son and almost missed the video. Well, I'm glad you remembered where you wanted to be, where you needed to be, so that you could join in and watch the stream with us today. So thanks for joining, Stacey. But yeah, so now that I've made my... Oh, we can't see what I'm doing. Let's just move this up a little. So there we go. I've got my 5 little sets just there. Wait a second. There we go. I'll get a little closer, a bit more intimate. So yes, I've got my 5 little sets here. And essentially what I'm going to do is weave through all of them once more so that it will lock nicely into a little ring. So I'll just go through the first few beads to start with, just to sort of create a little ring. It's important on this particular design, if you want your star to look great, you need to have a really firm tension. So let's just see if I can adjust this slightly so that it's a bit more central. Ooh, is that going to stay there? Oh, I'm all over the place. Sorry about this, just locking the camera. I've just changed my setup a little to try and... No, it didn't want to work. Doesn't matter. Maybe next time. But yeah, so let's just continue here and weave all the way around until we've done our circle all the way around. Here we go. Oh, hi to Seema. Seema says, hi Matthew and hi everyone. Thanks for joining, Seema. I hope you're having a lovely day. Now, let's continue round this little circle here. All the way around. Pull, pull, pull. Keep going. And see how it's coming loose? We don't want that. We want it to be nice and firm. So you can go through this twice, maybe even a third time if you want to. The tighter you've got it, the better in this particular instance. It's very, very important that you've got a lovely firm tension. Otherwise, you'll have a floppy star. And you don't want to have a floppy star. You want to have a lovely, strong, firm one so that it holds its shape beautifully when it's hanging. Because obviously the point of these stars is to hang them on your Christmas tree, or maybe from your windows, or I mean you could even make it into a necklace pendant if you wanted to. And so the firmer you've got it, the better the result that you get, the finished result you get will be. So I'll just go through just a couple more little beads to make sure that I'm exiting. Oop. Nearly lost my little piece just there, from one of my middle seed beads. So it's important. Oh, I'm completely out of shot. I've got to remember my camera is slightly out of adjustment compared to where I would usually have it. I'll just see if I can fix it. Let's hope this doesn't end in tears. Oh, let's hope it's okay. Pop it about here. Hopefully that's going to lock. Let's hope so. No, didn't quite go to plan. Doesn't matter. Next time. But yeah, so let's just thread through the next 3 beads and then also through 2 more seed beads so that we're coming out that middle bead right there in the center. So as I pull that out, my needle's come off. I'm having a disaster of a day today. Oh no, what am I doing? I'm having an absolute mare so far. Hopefully, there we go. So that's going to be nice and firm, I hope. There we go. And I can, luckily, it's nice and easy to rethread. I'll just thread this back on my needle, but you can see I've got a lovely firm circle there. Linda's just joined. She said, she's already ordered the kit. Did you get the free gift there, Linda? Let me know. I've got some help on moving the camera. Let's just pop this here. I just want to pop this so that this is in the middle of the screen. My trusty assistant. Maybe I'll have a sip of tea while my assistant does all the work, eh? Sorry about this. Let's just pop it on my face for a second while we fiddle. Oh, there we go. Yep, that looks good. Perfect. Better. Much, much better. So hopefully I won't go out of shot now because it's a little bit closer to me. So now that we've got a lovely, nice circle, we can sort of start doing our stars. Oh, this is a bit of interesting news. Daphne Brandt, she's just messaged in to say, good morning, Matthew and everyone on here. I assume you're in the US. She says, I'm waking up to a little bit of snow this morning. Wow, fantastic. I'm looking forward to a bit of winter snow. I'd love to be able to go skiing this year, but I have a feeling it's just not going to be possible. So now that we've got that nice and firm and tight, what I'm going to do, I'm using, Seema's just asked, what size beads? So I'll tell you just real quick once more, size 11 Preciosa, a 3x4 crystal rondelle, but you can also use 4mm bicones. They look super effective too. And then I'm using 15mm crystal bugles. So hopefully that will answer your question there, Seema. Let's see. Now, what I need to do now, coming out of this little piece just here, I need to pick up one of my little crystal bugles and two seed beads, sorry, two little seed beads just here. Oh, I'm getting in the way. Oh, shall I pop it into right-handed view? I know you guys prefer it when it's in right-handed view. Let me just put it in right-hand view for you. Let's just flick. There we go. Now it's in right-handed view. I know you prefer it. Hi, Ida from Durham, by the way. Now let's go two seed beads, a crystal there, and one more seed bead. See that? So this is what we need. We've got our bugle, two seed beads, one crystal, and one more seed bead. Pull those all the way down. And then to lock these beads in place, what I'm going to do is just skip this little bead on the end. This is kind of going to work like a little plug, a little gap stop at the very, very end of my work. And I'm going to go back down this crystal and then through just the first seed bead of the two. Not both seed beads, just one of them. So as I pull that nice and tight, whoops, pull it nice and tight. That's the thing with this. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do with this thread? I'll tell you. It's another thing that you should do when you're working with monofilament. So what I'm going to do right now is make my life a little bit easier. Let's just pop it to my face so I can show you. Here we go. So something I like to do when I'm working with monofilament, it can be a little bit like wiggly waggly and all over the place a little bit. So I'm going to just sort of run my fingers down it just to sort of age it. It warms it a little and then stops it from getting all ravelly and sort of spinning and stuff. So there we go. Hopefully that will sort of make it sit a little bit better while I'm demonstrating with it, and it won't ravel. That sort of helps to stop your thread from sort of twisting and going all over the place and being a bit difficult to work with. It's much, much easier to work with once you've sort of aged it like that. So now that I've got this, I need to pick up one seed bead and one bugle. And what I'm going to do is just continue, because I'm coming out of this little bead here, I'm going to continue around the circle and into the next little sort of central seed bead around that circle. So as I just run along here, I'm skipping all these beads and, like I said, into that nice central seed bead right there. So then I can just pull that along and it comes nice and tight, and you can see that creates the first little point of our star. So far it's looking great. Nancy says, thank you for putting it in right-handed. No problem, Nancy. Are there any lefties here? Because I know I'm a left-hander, and I know you guys do like to see it in left hand as well. So if there's any lefties, do please request, because I can flip it back and forth really, really easily, so I can sort of do that for you. So next, what we're going to do is just essentially repeat that same process to create more of these little points of our star. So we'll pick up one more little bugle here, followed by the same again, 2 seed beads, 1 crystal, and 1 seed bead. Let's just zoom out a teeny weeny touch so that we can see them all. Monica says, I look younger because I've got no hair on my face. Well, I'm not that old, so I should hope not. Out of interest, I wonder, how old do you think I might be? You know, I've got, I think we've got the youthful genes in our family. My mum and dad's wedding is a particularly funny video. Oh, I'm just doing exactly the same. So skipping this last bead and I'll weave back down. But yeah, mum and dad's wedding video is particularly funny just because my dad looks so much younger. He is you know, a bit over a year older than mum, but in their wedding videos, it's really funny. His voice is so high pitched, which it isn't now, thankfully for him. But he looks about 16 years old, which is quite funny, seeing as they were, you know, in their mid-20s or whatever. It looked like mum was a cradle snatcher. She often has. It's funny. There was a story of hers in. That she tells when she was doing a craft fair in Perth. I'm just going to pick up one more bugle bead here and thread into that next gap now. So 1 seed bead followed by 1 bugle. But yeah, this is a funny story of mum's, that she was doing a craft fair in Perth, and one of the friends of hers who hadn't met dad before, she came up and she was like, oh, who's this, you know, this young piece you've got on the side here? This must have been, you know, when they're in their 40s or so. Yeah, who's this young piece that you've got here? I'm sure your husband wouldn't like to know that he's here. You know, thought it was mum's piece on the side, but yeah, no, it was my dad, and everybody was just like, what? Because he looked so much younger than he was for such a long time. But yeah, that's a funny story. Mum likes to sort of, you know, feel good about that. Everybody thinks she's snapped this handsome younger man, you know. But yeah, right. Let's get back to some beads, shall we? So I'm adding on now. I'm doing my next little point of my star. So another bugle, 2 seed beads, a crystal. We got lots of guesses coming in. They're fairly accurate. Most people are guessing that I'm in my early 30s, which is entirely accurate. I turned 33 earlier this year. There we go. So, did anyone actually guess 33? I don't think so. Looks like there's either side. 32 was Antida and 34 said Sue. So we'll go with Antida being the winner because that's 32 rather than 34. So now I just need to weave back down from this bead just here. Pull that, get my tail out the way. So you can see, because the thread is invisible, it's kind of easy to work with just because you can't really sort of... it's great for this particular design because you don't really want to be able to see the thread. So now I will pick up 1 seed bead and 1 bugle. There we go. And we'll just thread down into the next one. And you can see our star is really quickly taking shape and coming together. Really, really quickly, which is nice. I need to keep my tail thread out of the way. There we go. Just keep that underneath. Put my tail thread out the way so it's not going to get in the way. Pull it nice and tight so all is well. Oh, I just realized I made a little mistake. I'll show it to you just so you don't do that same mistake. Make sure when you're coming through, so see how these aren't quite sitting right? Make sure you go through this seed bead underneath the crystal here. So see that? You can almost... I wonder if you can see it. See my thread? One goes through and one doesn't. I need to make sure I go back. So I'll just take my needle off very, very quickly. And because I don't want any mistakes, let's just undo that little bit just there. It's nice and easy. This is a great thread because it doesn't really get tied into knots very easily. So I'll just take off those beads. I'll zoom out because this is probably looking like a nightmare for you. There we go. And then I want to have a sip of my tea in a second, I think. Put my needle back on nice and quickly. Maybe I'll just age it one more time as well. Get it nice and straight. There we go. It's a lot less raveled once you age it. Thread it back on. And make sure I don't forget to go through that seed bead. I've got my concentration face. Got my tongue out. I always do that. There we go. So, now I've got to just come back in a bit closer. Go through. I really do need to deal with this tail thread. Go through this little bead here and also through that last little seed bead. Very important you go through that seed bead as well. So there we go. Hopefully we can see that. And now pick up my seed bead and my bugle. Oh, we've just had a comment in from Elizabeth. She said, I loved your story. I'm also from Perthshire. Well, the thing is, this actually took place in Perth, Australia. So a little bit further than the Scottish Perth. Compared to where I'm sat right now, even though they did meet in Scotland, actually. This was in Perth, Western Australia. Not the northern Scotland Perth. Here we go. There, pull that nice and tight. Make sure it doesn't get all twisted. Keep your tail thread out the way. There we go. Pull it nice and tight again. And then last one now. Just put that back down. Oh no, I've still got 2 more to do. Wow, okay. I'll pick up the pace. 1 plus a seed bead. Another seed bead. A crystal. And 1 seed bead. Slide it down a little so we can see what I'm doing. See, here's my tail thread. I'll try and keep that underneath and out the way. Skip that. Skip those beads around the ring. Go through the next seed bead in the middle. Come on now. Because I've done it so tight, that central ring, it's a little bit difficult to get my thread through. There we go. Pull that through. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not paying attention at all. Come on, Mathew. Undo this. I forgot to add on the other side of the star. What am I doing? Here we go. Clearly you can see I'm a bit distracted today. I needed to pay more attention to what I'm doing. Tut, tut, tut. There we go. Just rethread my needle again. The good thing is about this material is it's not going to fray, so I don't need to be worrying about that one, luckily, because it's like a nice solid piece of plastic. So again, I'll go down my little crystal and through the seed bead, like so. Pull that nice and tight. Sharon has just put in a comment. She said, my little golden wreath has turned out rather nicely. But before I want to show you, I want to put a little ribbon on. So no problem there, Sharon. If you want to send your pictures, which this is a good opportunity to mention that, if you want to be featured on our show, send us your picture, and then on Saturday, like I do every week, I'll go through all the photos that people send in of their jewelry, pets, whatever it is that you want to send in. Send us your pictures to live@beadspider.co.uk, and we will try and get you on the show for Saturday, show your picture off, so we can sort of show your handiwork as we do every week. So now I need to go through this little bead just here. I've picked up 1 seed bead and the bugle. I'm literally just repeating all the way around. And then, there we go. Come on now, through that little bead. There we go. Pull that nice and tight as well. And then, as I've been telling you, once I've got my 5th little point of my star, once you've got that done, it's great if you want to go through and tighten it again. I'll show you the difference between the one that Jermaine made in advance and tightened, and then the one that I'm demonstrating with just now. So again, I'm skipping that last little crystal. Let's zoom out so we can see it. Skipping that last little crystal, going the last little seed bead, going down the crystal and going down the first seed bead only, and then I'll just pull that nice and tight. There we go. Fairly firm. See if we can get it even tighter than that. There we go. One more little seed bead, followed by another 15mm bugle. And then what we're going to do is go through that last little seed bead in the center there. So I'll just zoom in nice and close so you can see, again, it's that final little middle seed bead. I'll go through there and pull it nice and tight. There we go. And now I'll show you the difference between this star, which hasn't been sort of retightened yet, and the one that Jermaine went through and retightened. And I'll show you the technique that she does for that, just to get it super firm and really pointy and looking perfect. Great question. Great idea from Sue here. Sue says, they would look nice as toppers for gift bags. I agree, Sue. I think that's a fantastic idea. I love it. Doris said she's also just joined us as well. She says, hello, Matthew. Sorry I'm late. Had something to do. Looking good. Thank you. And I'll just hide that one as well. But yeah, so let's have a little look. I'll show you the difference now between the floppy star that I've only just done and I haven't gone through yet, and a star that has been gone through. So let's just hold this up and you'll see exactly why you want to make sure you go through. So this is the star in its current state, a big fat floppy thing going everywhere. That's about as good as that's going to look at the minute. But if you have a look at Jermaine's one, where she has gone through it all and tightened it, it sits beautifully. So it holds its shape really, really nicely. Just use my hand there to help you see it a bit better. It holds its shape really, really beautifully. Here we go. This one looks like my young ones can make some of these this year very easily. Yes, Connie has suggested that it's a great idea for younger people to have a go at. This is a nice one, which, do you know, this could be the sort of craft that you do with other people, because obviously it's always nice to do your crafting together. It's the perfect one that you can sit down with, you know, grandchildren, children, whomever, boys and girls, of course, and make your little Christmas decorations together, which is, I think, is one of the nice things about Christmas, is that you sort of come together and do these things together. So now let me show you the way that Jermaine does her tightening. So coming back just here, we'll zoom in a teeny weeny bit more, and then I'll show you how we tighten them. So the way that Jermaine likes to do it is she'll come from here. So we're exiting, I'll start inside of a bugle. So we'll just go through this little set and then we'll go into the very first bugle that we started. I won't do the entire process because obviously it takes a little bit of time. I went backwards. I'm not paying attention at all. What is going on for me today? I tell you, I'm having the rottenest luck with everything. I went back the direction I came from, taking off the star I'd already added. So now that I'm coming through here, I'm going to go up through this little bugle. I tell you, it's just not my day today. Clearly, Christmas. I'm pushing the Christmas too early. It's not even December yet, and I'm being punished for it. So anyway, what I'm going to do is go up through this. Through this little piece just here. Doris asks, I've seen the star. Have you done anything else? I'm not doing the star. The star was the first one. I am going to do our little bauble, which, if we have a look just here. So see that blue bauble? I'm going to do that soon, but this is only the one-dimensional star. I am also going to show you how to turn it into a puffy star as well. So, now that we've got this is how Jermaine tightens it. She goes up through a bugle and also the first little seed bead up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, everybody, by the way. You know, that's always helping us to grow our audience. We're almost at that 20,000 on YouTube, over 19,500 now. So Just have a look here. This is how Jermaine sort of makes it sit beautifully. To get this to sit really neatly on the very, very top, she just skips that part and then goes back down the seed bead and the next bugle. So she doesn't go back up into this top section, just skips that entirely and straight through the bugle. Pull all the way down, and then you'll see, look, when you pull it nice and tight, it will make that little tip sit really lovely at the top of your piece just there. See that? See how nicely that sits when you're at the top? Then what she'll do is, coming out of one bugle, she'll just skip this section entirely and go through the next bugle. So there we go. Just straight from bugle to bugle without going through the seed beads. Pull that tight, and again, that's going to create that sort of tightening little picot that will bring the two bugle beads closer together at the base. So see that? Then, just as before, we go through the seed bead one more time, down the seed bead beside and the bugle bead, and then, oops, got caught on my fingernail, and then pull our little thread through, and then when we pull that nice and tight, you'll see, look at that, these 2 points now are sitting really, really firm. See how nicely that sits at the top? I'll just do one more just so you get the gist. Up this little bugle here. Whoops, sorry, there we go. Up this next little bugle. How many millimeters is the bugle, asks Heather. The bugle is a 15 millimeter bugle. So like I said, they're a little bit longer just because then they give you that sort of slightly larger size to sort of make them a bit more substantial. So there we go. And pull that up there. And then go down, up through the next little seed bead here. My tail is giving me so much grief. If your tail thread is being as annoying as mine is, you can always just weave it off, tie it into your circle, and cut it off so it doesn't keep getting in the way. It's definitely something worth doing. Now, I'll go up through the last little seed bead here, and then we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you how to do a 3D star. So, come on now. Whatever. Last time, up through that last little seed bead. Got my concentration face going again. There we go. Through that seed bead. Pull it nice and tight. Go down the next little bugle bead. So we're coming out of this seed bead here. So we'll go through this seed bead at the top, forgetting about the 3 on the top, and down the bugle again, and then you can see it really does start to tighten it. I would recommend going through 2 times, if not 3 times, if you can go around this circle the extra times, just because then it gets firmer and firmer and firmer. As many as your bugles will allow. You want to make sure you don't accidentally break the bugles by getting too much thread through. So twice, maybe a 3rd time if you want to. But once you keep going, it will give you that lovely firm tension. So you can see, even though I've only just sort of started on this one side, you can see it does really, really start to begin to get firmer and firmer and firmer the more and more you go through. So it is a lovely little star. Once, there we go. Don't forget, oh yes, the free gift. I won't forget, I'll tell. So if you buy the any 3 kits, so the blue star, the gold star, and the silver star, the silver set, sorry, the blue set, the silver set, and the gold set are your 3 options. You can choose multiples if you want, 2 sets of silver and a gold, 2 blues and a silver, whatever it is that you want. And then the free gift is this little fella just here, the whole kit. So you get the beads and the instructions, everything is in there as well. You just need thread. We do give you that included, this little bracelet. That's your free gift. Also, Elizabeth has just asked a question. I don't know if I can pop it up on the screen yet, but I will answer that one. Elizabeth has asked, do you get the pattern with the kit? Yes, you do. As with always, our kits include, so you will get the Christmas stars pattern. You can see I've still got it in right hand view. There we go. You get the stars pattern included, which shows you the first and second thing. You also get the bauble instructions, and then I'll just show you one because I think they're absolutely spectacular. You do also get the bell instructions as well. So there's the gold bell, and you have enough to make all of those different designs. So you don't have to go, oh, will I make the star or will I make the bauble? You make a star, you make a bauble, and you make a bell. So there's your beautiful bell. This is what I'm going to be showing you on Friday, by the way. It's a bit more involved, so I'll take a bit longer with that one. So now let's make our star a puffy 3D star. I'll try and do it quickly, and then we'll get on to doing the bauble, the bugle bauble. Lovely sip of tea. Don't want to forget that. So this is the finished, Jermaine's finished star. I do have the second star here, but what we're going to do now, essentially, is start again, but doing something ever so slightly different. So, if I just get this to the slide slightly, I'm going to need a bit more monofilament. Another meter ought to do. So I'll just find the end. There it is. No, it isn't. Here it is. Get myself about a meter of numbers of the monofilament here, and I'll just cut myself that piece. Like I said, if you need to, you can either bite the end or squish it with a pair of pliers, and that will just make it a little bit easier to thread through the needle if you need to. If it doesn't want to go through quite as easily, you can always, use your teeth or your pliers to squish it, because it's just a nice big piece of plastic, essentially. And then what we'll do, hopefully I've given myself enough thread, is 1, 2, 3 seed beads, just the same as we were doing before. Let's bring these down. 3 seed beads and a crystal. 1, 2, 3 seed beads and a crystal. I'll do this nice and quickly. 1, oops, come on now. 1, 2. How do you attach, wait a minute, how do you attach a string to the star? Oh yeah, I completely forgot to do that. I'll come back to that in a minute. But essentially, you create a little loop. I knew I forgot something. You create a little loop from the top of one of the points of your star. So I will show you how to do that. But essentially, it's just you weave around to the top of your star and then add on, whoops, it's always a bit more difficult, add on a little loop of beads at the top. Sorry, I did forget that. I will remind me, and I'll come back to it once I've shown you the puffy star. So 3 seed beads and a crystal. 3 more seed beads. And I'll do this nice and quickly so that you can see these little stars are super quick to make. They do not take long at all. 1, 2, 3, and the thing. But yeah, definitely don't forget that you get the free gift if you get any three kits that you like. You'll get that free gift, which is a gorgeous little bracelet. Now we'll go up through all the beads once more. I might just do this one. It's going to be a little bit looser than I usually would, but don't worry about it. Go through all the beads again. Pull it into a nice little circle. And what I'm going to do this time, which I didn't do it last time, but it helps to keep it even tighter. There we go. There's a nice little thing. I'm going to tie these 2 threads together, shall I? So let's just take one, left hand over right. And I'll go through it again, which is called a surgeon's knot. So how you start your shoelaces, more or less. You pull that nice and tight. And then as you pull that down, that will give us a really nice firm knot. Again, don't forget you want to age your thread if you can, just because it's a nightmare to work with if you don't. Hope I didn't give myself too big of a tail there. Doesn't matter. And now essentially what we'll do, the process of turning it into a double star, is we're going to more or less in one go join it to our previous little star. So if we have a look, what we'll do now is we'll go pick up, we'll thread through so that we're coming out of Right, we go through 3 beads here, pull that through there, plus through the crystal. Just makes it a little bit tighter, doesn't it? And then 2 seed beads only, so that we're coming out of the middle of that second seed bead just here. So pull that out. So the set of 3, we want to be coming out of the middle seed bead. So as before, we pick up 1 crystal, followed by 1 bugle plus 1 seed bead. And then what we're going to do, to zoom in a little. Great, so I'm just reading a comment, trying to work it out. So what we're going to do now, essentially, is just use this as though it was the sort of the second half of our little piece just here. So you can just go through this little fella just here. You can go through the crystal if you want to, but it's not entirely necessary. Oh, sorry, a little bit out of shot there. You can go through the crystal if you want to, which maybe this time I will, just for a bit of fun. Through the crystal, then through one side of the seed bead here. Just pull it nice and tight. Pull that. So that's kind of going to join them. Go through this seed bead just here. Oh, what's that say? No. Close that tip. 1 second. We don't want to be seeing this. There we go. Just through this little seed bead here in one direction. So I'll just go around that little bead and then back down the crystal and through this little bead on the end. So see that? So I'm essentially doing what I did on the previous one, but with this second piece. And then that will give me something to pull against, and we'll bring that nice and tight against my little star here. And then what I'm going to do is pick up 1 seed bead plus 1 bugle. And now I'm going to continue around the circle and go through that second seed bead just here. So through there, pull that nice and tight, and that will start the sort of double star that we're working with. So now I'll do it once more, because you'll definitely get the idea very, very soon. We go through that next one. Let's just pop my comments back up so I can see them all again. Yes, here we go. Great. Joanne is new. She said, I've just come across your video in my suggested. I'm a bit of a newbie, so enjoying your tutorial. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Joanne. We try and accommodate to people of all beading skills, so newbies and experts alike. We sort of do a variety of things, which, by the way, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I think I've outdone myself a little bit, because the tutorial that is coming on Saturday is a gorgeous design. It's I mean, if I say so myself, I think it might be quite possibly in the top 3. We'll say in the top 3 nicest designs I've ever done. That's coming brand new on Saturday. So don't miss Saturday's tutorial. I know we do tutorials 3 times a week, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I'll show you the difference now, by the way. So make sure you come back Wednesdays and Saturdays. We do have a little link there in the description so that you can sign up to our newsletter, because that's the best way to know when videos are coming. So click that little link, sign up, and we also give you a £5 voucher for buying patterns. So something worthwhile in there as well. So I'll just show you the difference now. If I don't go up and down the little design here, you can just go through this crystal. It's not going to matter too much which one you do, because when we go through and tighten them all again, it will sort of fix that for me so that it's not an issue when I sort of pico them in the way I did with these ones to tighten it all. It should work much, much better. So I'll just take 1 seed bead and 1 bugle, and it's not going to look as neat just yet, but when you retighten them, that's when it will get much, much cleaner, much, much neater, and look much, much firmer. So I'll just go through there, pull that nice and tight, and see how, if I show you it, it doesn't sit nearly as nicely just here. Don't worry about that. See, look, I'll show you the difference. This one sits quite firmly already. This one isn't as firm, but if you're feeling a bit lazy, you can do it this way because it will tighten afterwards when you come back and tighten it a second time. So that is just a nice little tip if you want to save yourself time, even though these don't take very long. That is a shortcut that you can take just to save yourself a bit of hassle. So now as we continue along, which is what I'm going to do so I can demonstrate a bit quicker, I'm going to go through this little bead here. I've picked up one bugle and one seed bead, and then this will sort of lay the beads on top of each other. My two little stars will start sitting one on top of the other. So like that, pick up one seed bead and one bugle. And then you can see they're just sitting nicely one on top of the other now. And what I'll do is continue around and go through this middle bead again. So exactly the same as though we were making one star, but you're just sort of knitting them together as you go. So again, because I was lazy, it's not going to sit quite nicely just yet, but it will when you go round again. So again, one more bugle, followed by a seed bead. Go through that little seed bead at the tip there. One more seed bead, one more bugle. And you can sort of start to see, hopefully, if the camera will allow, how nice it starts to look once it's in that sort of three-dimensional shape. There we go. Pull that again. Elaine has just asked, what size are the bugles? They are 15mm bugles. So a little bit bigger than your standard bugle, but perfect for doing these sorts of decoration type items just because it makes your pieces a bit more substantial. So pick up one more bugle, one more seed bead. We're almost there. Through that little tip bit. Like so. One seed bead, one bugle. And then finally, through this last little piece just here. And up into that little bugle. Don't forget, everything that you're going to need for this tutorial is included in the kit. So the kit, there we go. The kit does have, wait a minute, let me just show you. Look at that. See this? And when you make it really, really tight, especially these inner circles, it will kind of make it more and more puffy and more fat. So see that? How good does that look? The kit, it depends. I mean, the way that we've done it, Laura Parker has just asked how many stars does it make? So essentially, if you want to make the single stars, we've done it in a way so that you can make a puffy star, the bell, and a bauble. So all three designs are in the one. If you don't want to make the bell, then no problem. Just use those same beads to make more stars. If you don't want to make the bauble, use those beads and make more stars. Whatever it is that you want to do, we've tried to do it so that you can make one of each of the different designs included in there. But of course, you can repurpose your things as well. So, by the way, and that's, you can make one 3D star or two of these little crystal stars if you want to just make the individual stars. But there you go. There's your little three-dimensional puffy star. And I'll just show you very, very quickly how you would turn this into a single, into something that you can hang, because it doesn't take very long at all. Essentially, all that you need to do is pick up a few little beads and then you sort of create like a little hanger piece. So we'll first pick up 4 little seed beads, which are essentially going to be the, where am I coming out of? Just here. They're going to be like the little hanger piece. Where do you get bugle beads that long? Asks Jazzy B. Well, our website. We sell them on our website. So if you check out the link on our description, in the description, if you're on YouTube, the description is below. If you're on Facebook, the description is above. You can get those bugles from our website, or you know, I'm sure you can probably get them elsewhere. But yeah, 15mm bugles, they are a little bit rare, but you can definitely get them from us. So yes, now that I've done my first few beads, I need to thread on now enough to make a loop. So the total will be 16. So I've got 4 here, and then I'll do 8. Or you can do more if you want to. If you want to stick them on the tree, you might want to make a few bigger ones. So you can just sort of use as many beads as you want. It's not too important on how many you make the loop. It's only important how many you do for this sort of bottom piece just here. So let's just thread those down. I should have left myself a bit more thread than what I did, but I haven't. But anyway, essentially what we'll do, 1, 2, 3... 4 little pieces there, and then a few more. That'll do. And then essentially what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beads at the bottom. So the 1, 2, 3, 4 beads are for this side here. Am I coming out the right spot? No, I'm not even coming out the right spot. Oh, Matthew, what is your life today? I'm not coming out the right spot. Let's just take them off and weave through to the right spot. I knew I wasn't doing something right. I'm thinking it's going too smoothly. It's going too well. I'm going to have forgotten a step. So essentially, let's just weave through so that I'm coming out of the seed bead just before the crystal, because we want our loop to be either side straddling this little crystal. So there we go. Pull that through there. Pull it nice and tight. And now what I'll do is thread all those beads back on again. Whoops, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 says the instructions, but I'll do 20 just because it will give me a slightly bigger hanging loop. And then we thread down that and then down into the bead. So we've through the 5th bead that we threaded. So here is bead number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. So we'll go down through that bead number 5, like so. So back towards the direction that we've just come from. My thread came off my needle. I tell you, it's just not happening for me today, is it? It really just does not want to behave for me. What could go wrong is go wrong. I'm having the ultimate Murphy's Law day, I think. Do you know what? I fear to think about what's going to happen when I show you how to do this bugle bauble. So through that 5th bead, make sure your thread doesn't come out of the needle. We're going downwards now. I'll hold on to my loop. Pull it nice and tight. I tell you, I don't think I've ever made so many mistakes. Whenever you're doing it live, that's when the mistakes come in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh well, these things happen. We're only human. Down through there, and now essentially what I'm going to do is go down into the seed bead on the opposite side of our crystal. So if this is the little crystal, let's zoom in so we can really see what I'm doing here. I came out of the seed bead on this side. I'll go down the seed bead on the opposite side of our, see that? Through there, opposite side of our crystal. And then as we pull it, creates a beautiful little loop on the top of our little star right there, which either way you can just pull that nice and firm. And then I guess I could just go straight back up it even if I wanted to. Just to tighten it back up. Pull that firm, and then I can just thread through my loop again, and then that will make it a lovely little, oops, come on, just stay. I don't want to have to, there we go. Get it nice and firm. And then you can see it will hang beautifully from, whoops, the top. See? There we go. And now we have one lovely, I mean, obviously you want to tighten that second star that we made. And then you've got this beautiful little hanging star, which it'll sit really puffy and lovely once you've gone through and tightened it, really sort of sticking out and looking fat and puffy and looking great, and that will give you that beautiful little star hanging perfectly from your tree. But yeah, so let's just move on from that star. What a nightmare that was for me. Who knows? That was like a really easy one as well. So who knows why I had so much trouble. Do you know, I think it was trouble of my own making, because I only gave myself, I'll show you how much thread I've got left. I should have given myself extra thread. Here's the end of my thread, and that's all I had to work with when I got to the end. So I should have made a longer thread. My mistake. But yeah. Anyway, let's make ourselves a little bugle bauble. So again, this is included in the instructions. You can get just the instructions on their own if you want to. They are for sale on the Bead Spider website. Monica asks, can you use it for an earring? The answer is yes. You certainly can use them for earrings as well. Do you know what? I'm going to hope this doesn't kill my computer, because sometimes it does. I'm going to just show you on the Bead Spider website this little piece that we're making, the kit, because I know you guys often want to see when I show you on the website. Let's hope if all of a sudden my stream dies, you know, that would just be too typical. But let's hope all goes to plan, and I can show you on the website this bundle, so that you also get the free gift included. I haven't got a photograph of it yet, but you'll know what it looks like already because you've seen it. But yeah, if we take a little look at the Bead Spider website, which here it is, let's just oops, ooh, I've got my bit of fluff. You'll get to see that soon, a little cloud of fluff. So if we have a look at the Bead Spider website, oh, I pressed the wrong button, of course I did. Here we go. This is the homepage of our website today, and it's changing every few days, isn't it? So this is the tutorial. If you want to watch this tutorial later on demand, you can go to the Bead Spider website, so beadspider.co.uk, and click on this little button here, and that will take you to this video that you're watching right now to watch it later. Otherwise, if we click this button just here, it will take you to the Beaded Bauble page, which we've got the blue option here, the gold option here, the silver option is here. If we scroll down a little, you can see here's the bell instructions, here's the bauble instructions, and here is the star, which covers both the flat star and the puffy star. They're there. But this is the one to get if you want to get that gorgeous free gift bracelet. So if I show it to you very, very quickly, just very, very nicely, we are including this little fellow as a free kit if you buy any three. You can choose any three that you like. So it's this one just here. If you click on this, you get to select the options that you want. So it also has, you just choose whichever of the three that you like. So if we have a little look, you can choose, you know what, I think I want to make 2 blue sets and I want to make a gold set. So you just click on these little pluses so that you've got your blue set, you've got your gold set, whatever ones take your fancy, just press the plus or the minus. So now I've added 2 blue ones and a gold one, and then you just add it to basket, and then just straight away, automatically, your free gift. Beautiful bugle bracelets. So even if you wanted to get multiple sets of this, so if you wanted to get 3 blue ones and 3 gold ones and 3 silver ones, you can sort of add them multiple times, and you'll get multiple free gifts as well. So we're not limiting it to 1 gift per customer. We're doing it 1 gift per bundle. So even if you did multiples, you will also get all the gifts for however many sets of bundles that you get as well. So fantastic value that way to really, really sort of try and make it fantastic value for you. So if you wanted to get 3 free gifts, you can do that. You're not limited to just 1 per order. You know, we're trying to make it as easy as possible, as enticing as possible for all of you. Right, now let's get on and make our bauble, and then you'll see what my little fluffy cloud piece is for. I'm going to need that soon. So let's, again, this one, we don't need any of our crystals. We just need our Preciosa seed beads here and our bugles. You can use size 11s if you prefer, but this design, and again, you can use other sizes of bugle, but you want to have nice big ones so that you've got something really big and effective. If you wanted to use 2 bugles, it might be a little bit floppy if you've only got smaller ones. So I do recommend using nice big long fellas. So I don't need my seed beads just yet, and we're going to go through and do this little process. I'll show you what some of the diagrams look like, by the way, on our instructions. So you've got really, really clear diagram, pictures and everything included with your instructions. Plus they've got the text on how to do it all as well, of course. But yeah, the instructions that you do get included with the kit are very, very good. So let's begin. First things first, we're going to need a bit more monofilament. So let me just spool myself a bit off. There we go. And I'm going to make sure my piece is nice and long this time, just to make sure I don't have any troubles. It says to use a piece that is about 2 meters long, but, you know, we'll see. It doesn't need to be as long as that, sorry. You need a piece that's about a meter long. So we'll just see. I've given myself a massive piece just so I don't have any troubles. There we go. Cut that off. There we go. Let's have a bit of a scratch of my face, a sip of my tea as well. How is everybody today, by the way? Let me know how you're going. I want to put some comments up. Ask me some questions so I can put those on as well. For example, we've got a question just here from Elaine. Can you buy the patterns on their own? Yes, you can. They're there, all available as well. But I have a feeling it works out much, much better value just to get a kit, because the kit is £1 more and you get all the beads included. But yeah, so I've got my little needle and thread here. Pull that nice and tight. Here's a question from Doris. She says, will we be going on Create and Craft again? I mean, well, Jermaine says definitely not, but I'm not going to be so firm as that and say definitely not, but maybe. I'm always leaving it open, but you know, when we can do it like this, straight to you guys, I find it so much nicer, a bit more pleasant, a bit more fun, just easier to sort of do it just directly, straight on in my own house, as it were, rather than having to drive off to their TV studios. We won't be doing it anytime soon, that's for sure, especially with lockdown. But I wouldn't say never. Jermaine certainly would. But maybe you'll see me again one day, who knows, on Create and Craft TV. Which, for you who are Americans and have no idea what we're talking about, it's the craft channel here on the UK, here in the UK. So I've got my 3 little bugles, and what I need to do is zoom in, for starters, is turn them into a nice little triangle. So 1, 2, 3 bugles, and then I'll just weave through them all once more to get it nice and tight. And nicely into a triangle, because if you have a little look, this little bugle bauble is made of lots and lots of triangles. So I'm going to do multiple different little triangles like this. So again, it's important that you're nice and firm. I think I'm just having a bit of a computer hernia all of a sudden. Don't know what's going on. Is it all still working? Yes. Okay. I think we may have had a bit of a pause for a second there. Hopefully it's about to fix itself. Don't know what's going on with it. But let's just give it a moment, and hopefully all will start working again soon. Just very quickly, I'll just mention it one more time. Don't forget, send your pictures to live@beadspider.co.uk in case you want to be on the show for Saturday, because we're going to do our little thing of pictures on Saturday. So make sure you've sent us photos. We got to show off lots of them on Saturday, which was really, really nice. I think we had about 20 of them to show, maybe nearly. But yeah, that was good fun. So let's just pull it nice and firm. I'll even go through the bead once more just to get it really, really firm. Again, if you want to, don't go through it too many times yet. I'd recommend going through it and tightening this one at the end once it's completely finished, just because you don't want to go through your bugles too many times. And this one, it's a little bit more around the houses. But yeah. Doris asks, is the thread safe without the seed beads and the bugles being sharp? Well, you're about to see. Because this one is a monofilament, it's going to work well. Normal threads can get cut by these bugles because they can be sharp. Try it, but the monofilament is definitely better as it is very, very strong. And that doesn't really happen so much. So now that I've gone through it and I've got it nice and tight, I'm going to just pick up 2 more bugle beads and turn my triangle into a little rhombus type shape, I guess, if that would be the accurate term if we're speaking mathematically. Jazzy B says, do you ship to the USA? Yes, we do. We ship worldwide. If you're in the US or Europe, we have a nice flat rate of shipping price. So I'll just pop that on the screen. She said, do you ship to the USA? Yes, we do. £6.50 unless you want tracked, in which case we invoice you. We send you a shipping so that we can make it as cheap as possible for you. We pack it, we weigh it, and all of that. That's only if you want it tracked. Otherwise, flat rate, £6.50, no matter how big your order is. Even if you place like a massive order, I think we even we had a £400 order and £6.50, no problems. That's fine. We sort of forego the extra because we want to encourage you guys to try out our products over there in the US, because we're becoming more and more popular over there, which is very, very good news. Clearly, everybody is sharing our videos and sort of helping us spread the word, because it's certainly working. Right, now that I've got my little rhombus shape happening, I'm going to just sort of continue around adding more little pieces. I want to make sure it's nice and firm. So I'll go through these once more and keep my tail thread out the way. And pick up again 2 more little bugles. 1 and 2. There we go. Thread them in. And let's just thread them down. And we'll go through these here. So essentially what we're doing right now is making like a little... I think it's a pentagon that we'll be making, a 5-sided shape. It might be a little bit extra, but we'll get there. So this is going to be sort of, we're making like a circle, I guess. It's going to be a pentagon, but we'll call it a circle because that's a bit easier to sort of understand. Down through here, pull that tight, and then through this bead as well, so that we're back to working from the center of our circle. So see this? We're back in the center now. Oops. Get my tail thread out the way. I'm going to get rid of this tail thread in a minute because it is definitely going to be easier to work without it in this project. So now I'm back here in the middle. I'm going to pick up 2 more beads. Oops. What am I caught on? There's a little black thing under the table it got caught on. Doesn't matter. Thread on 2 more bugle beads. Thread them down. And then what I'm going to do now is just go through this and continue creating that little fan shape. So through here, pull that nice and tight. Ooh, am I caught inside? Yes, I am. Just go through back under there. And then as we pull that tight, that sort of begins to create our little piece just here. I'll just pull my thread nice and tight because I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I hate it when it's loose, but it doesn't matter if it's not quite as tight as it needs to be just yet. Don't worry, it's not a big problem. So now I'll go down this bead once more. And now here, what I'm going to do is essentially join this little piece into one single piece. So the way we know where we're at, 1, 2, 3, 4, we need to join these two pieces with a fifth. Like I said, it's a pentagon that we're making at this beginning. So one more bead, and then I'm going to just join the two sides together. And then just to make sure, because we haven't joined these two pieces yet, see how they're not together? I'm going to weave down into the top of my little bugle piece. Again, I'll keep my tail thread out of the way. So far it's going well. Let's hope I'm not going to Murphy's Law myself by curse of the commentator and saying things are going great. You know, bit of dramatic irony. And I'll just go through these beads once more to lock them in place to bring me back up to this center little circle here. So here's my little central circle. I'll put it back into right-handed view, shall I? I know you guys prefer it that way. Here we go, right-handed, ta-da! Now I'm right-handed all of a sudden. Right, so what we're going to do now is create a little loop on the top. We don't have to do this now, but I find that it certainly helps for keeping ourselves orientated as we're working. So I need to create that little loop on the top there, which essentially equates to, let me just have a look, 20 seed beads. So I'll just pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's 20 little beads, and if we have a look, I'm currently coming out of this little bead just here, this bugle. I'll zoom in so we can even see, hopefully, which bugle I'm coming out of. I'm coming out of this one just here. Oh, went the wrong way. This bugle here I'm coming out of, so I'm going to jump across and go down into this bugle here. Doesn't matter which one exactly, as long as it's one of the two on the opposite side. So I'll go through this one, shall I? Doesn't make too big of a difference. Down there. Pull that nice and tight. Whoops, just lost it. There we go. And then as we pull that tight, that will create a little loop on the top of our work, which we can kind of go through and reinforce that a bit later if we want to. Not hugely necessary, but I'm going to just weave around a couple of times. I want to get to... Oh, by the way, when you're weaving around, make sure you never go across. So see this? If I'm coming out here, never jump across these little points. You've got to go up the edges and down the edges and everything. So always turning corners. Never jump across, otherwise you'll sort of stuff the shape of your little triangles up. You never go across the vertices, only from side to side. So now I'll just come back down here so that we're on that outer ring again. And then, as I said to you, I'm going to get rid of this tail thread because it's going to create a little bit of a nightmare if you've got it just sort of sitting loose. So this one's my tail thread just here. I'll just take my end of my tail thread here. Here it is. Thread on my needle. Go through the eye of my needle here. Pull it out. And then I'm going to just tie some knots here and there. So through here, I'm going to go do what's called a blanket stitch and go underneath this little thread here. And then it creates a little loop. So I'll pull that tight. I've gone through the loop. So if you can see that, it's just here. I made a little loop of thread between the beads. I'll pull that tight and that will lock that nicely in place. So now I can continue weaving around. So I'll go up here. I'm into the loop now even. So I can work inside the loop. This will reinforce the loop, which is always good. So I'll just, again, I'll blanket stitch, so I'll take my thread underneath, and that creates a little loop. So I'll go back over the top, and then try and just very, very gently pull my thread through. If you need to, just make sure your little tail thread is out of the way, and then before you pull it fully tight, see if I can show you it, we're coming out of this little bead here, so we want to make sure that we're staying at the same spot as where our thread is coming out of, and then as you pull that tight, that will just lock it nicely in place. And up the edge, and just continue along. You can do it a few more times, I'm not going to bother. And then once you've tied it a few times and woven it a few times and all of that, you can just cut that tail thread off and forget all about it. Be glad it's gone, because otherwise it will get in your way and cause you all the grief in the world, I tell you that. Right, so now I've created my little piece just here. I'm going to sort of create the bottom half of my bauble. So if we have a quick look at the sort of the photograph of my bauble, there. So I've made this little top section just here. And now what I need to do is create little triangles all the way around that little sort of central section just here. So how we do that now is more or less just adding triangles from here to here to here to here, all the way around like that. And we're going to sort of create a load more little triangle pieces hanging off the bottom. So I'll just put my needle back onto my monofilament here. And then start weaving. So again, like I said, it doesn't matter too much if it's a bit floppy now. We will tighten it at the end. So pick up one bugle and one more. One second bugle. And then coming out of the bottom here, you can see we need to just join that there. Just like so. Keep coming all the way through. Lost my needle, did I? Yes, seems I did. Where's my thread? Make sure I pull the right one. There we go. I'll have to just rethread my needle again, but that's okay. So there we go. And then that just adds an extra little triangle to the side of our piece. Ooh, that's an interesting place. So we've just had a lady join us who's Caroline. Caroline, is that, have I said that right? Is that your name, how you say it? She's just joined us from Kruger National Park in South Africa. How fantastic. What a great place. I'd absolutely love to go there. I've only been, in terms of Africa, I've only been to Morocco and Kenya so far, but I'd absolutely love to go to South Africa. I'd love to go anywhere really, but especially with how the world is going at the minute and you can't go anywhere. I'd love to go on holiday anywhere, but I think I'd love to be in Kruger National Park where, here we go, now I can show it, Caroline. I hope I've said that right, or Caroline maybe, Caroline, I don't know. But yeah, I'd love to be there with wherever you are right now. That sounds like a lovely place to be. So, just continuing on, what we're going to do now, essentially, is just continue, sort of as we were, stitching pieces together. So I'm going to go through this next little piece along the edge, just here. Pull that nice and tight. There we go. And pick up another bugle. Oh, I'm leaking bugles. Oh no, they're falling on the floor. Doesn't matter. Pick up another bugle. And then what we're going to do is join this piece to this side here. Just to sort of create our little row of triangles. Wait, did I do enough bugles? No. Did I add 2 bugles? No, I don't need to. I only need to add 1. Good, good, good. So through this little piece just here, pull that all the way, and that will sort of bring these, there we go, little pieces, we'll keep it loose and make sure our piece stays outwards. You're about to see what I've used that fluffy cloud for in a second. There we go, pull those. There we go. So make sure it's sort of staying, where's my thread gone? A bit caught, here we go, through there. There we are. And then this will sort of start to create that edging around the side of our little piece just here. Where's my thread gone? It's all caught. Where am I? What's my thread doing? Oh yeah, I see. Just gone underneath there. So there we go. And now what I'll do is just go through that same piece that I was going through just a second ago. There we go, and that tightens that little triangle. Then I will go into this piece that we added just a second ago. Oops, one of the bugles here. Pull that through here. And then that sort of will bring us in position to join this bugle to the next one around. So pull that here. And you know what? It's time for my fluffy cloud, I think. I'm going to take a nice piece of cotton wool, and this will sort of help to stop your pieces from getting all caught and stuck. It's not an old used tissue, I promise. It's a nice little piece of cotton wool. So I've come out of this bugle piece here, and I want to join it to this one. So I'm going to go from the opposite side, so my thread's going this way, and this will help to create the next triangle. There we go. Pull that tight, and then you'll start to see, there we go, it'll create the next of our little triangle pieces. I think my piece of fluff is too big, really. Come on now. Let's just pull a bit of fluff out. We don't need all my cloud. Pull that nice and tight, and that will sort of bring us, start to pull it all together. So this is why we added this at the beginning, so that we can keep track of, did I make a boo-boo? I think I might have. Hopefully not. Wait, have I made a boo-boo? Yes, I think I may have. Yes, I did. Let's just undo this for a second. I thought I'd made a boo-boo. We need to add 2 bugles, actually. Just here. We're not quite ready to do just one yet. We need to add 2 bugles so that it's creating a triangle with the top here. Where am I at? I've just got myself a bit confused all of a sudden. Where am I? Ah, that's why. Isn't it? What's going on? I've caused myself all sorts of grief now. Where was I at? I needed to have it... What's going on? I've just lost myself all of a sudden. Yes, a polystyrene ball would also work better. Where's my little diagram? Where am I at? How have I got myself so confused? Oh yeah, that's why. Right. Let's just take this little piece off, and it's this one that I've stuffed up on. My bad. I knew I wasn't quite paying attention. See, I spoke too soon. I said this bauble was going so well. I'm not paying enough attention. I needed to go from here and join and create a triangle here. So just unpull this little piece. Just here. Bring ourselves back into position. Yes, see, I know what I did. See, I went across the join. See, this is why you don't go across joins. Good. I knew I was thinking it wasn't looking right. I was sitting there going, is this working? Yes, it will. Don't worry. So yeah, make sure you never go across the joins. If you go across a join, you're going the wrong way. So let's just go through this. I'll take my fluff out the way for a second. I was too excited to show you my my little fluff. But yeah, through this, pull that tight, go back up this piece here. There we go. There we go. And now I need to pick up 2 beads, don't I, to create my little join with the next one around. There we go. So it's this triangle we're going to make, I'm pretty sure. So through there. Oops, just a bit out of shot there. Where's my triangle gone? There it is. Pull that there. And then bring it back. Where's my thread coming out? Here it is. Oops. Pull this back up through here. There we go. And now I need to... Have I done it? Have I got it right now? No, maybe I haven't. What am I doing? I'm literally like all over the place, aren't I? Oh! No, have I got that wrong? What am I doing? Why is this not sitting right? I tell you, these sorts of things, have I just done it again? No. Where's my thread coming out? In the wrong spot. Whoops. Oh, good grief. I'm having all the struggles. Where am I at, Jermaine?
See here, you have to have one that way, then one that way.
Yes, that's right. Yes. You're right. That's what I was doing. I was trying to join the two sides together. Oh, what a fool. Good. Good thing Mummy was here to tell me the error of my ways. Here we go. Through there, so we've got our nice little triangle now. I don't know why I've... wait, have I just done this wrong again? Oh my goodness. What is my life today? I tell ya, I've just went through the wrong bugle again. There we go. Through this little fella. I tell ya. GG's. There we go. Now I'm in the right spot. I tell ya. Just get myself all in a big fat muddle sometimes. So now we come up to this other side. And we need to create a triangle with this piece just here. So pull that nice and tight. Get my thread down. I tell you, I'm glad I cut my my tail thread off too. What a nightmare it would have been if I hadn't had my tail thread there too. So pull that nice and tight. And now I need to create a triangle here. This piece. There we go. So there. And here. I tell you, and this is the pattern I made, bloody. I made this thing. And I'm all over the place. So there we go. So now we'll create a nice little triangle. Nicely just here. Bet you it's not going to go tight now. There we go. Pull that there. And pull that there. Tighten for me. Which way is it going? It's just not my day today, is it? Having all the struggles. There we go. So there we go. Now I've got it sort of happening. So I can start this now. I'm going to create through here. And let's just weave around. Tighten that up. Then go down here. And now I will join the piece here. So I'll go down this little circle here. Because essentially we need to keep making little groups of 5. So I'll go down this one here. And turn this into a nice little group of 5 here. I was getting too far ahead of myself. Jumping ahead. So there we go. Create this little group of 5. Because it's just loads and loads of little groups of 5 that we're working with here. Let's pull that. And then as we pull this nice and tight, I'll come back down here. To get ourselves nice and firm. There we go, pulling that. And now I need to come back up here and essentially we're going to just continue. There we go. In that same way, pull it nice and tight, pull that tight, pick up 2 more bugles. I tell you, I'm going to get there in the beginning. There. Now this one goes through here. I better be making them. I tell you, I'm going to kill myself if I keep making mistakes like this. It's so tiring. Through here. Get that nice and firm. Here we go. Now it's happening. Come through this piece. This is when I'm going to need my fluff in a second. I tell you, I've been fluffing it this whole time, haven't I? All the mistakes. There we go. Pull that nice and tight. There we go. Go down this next bead around as well. I tell you, if you're new and you're only watching this the first time, I look like such an amateur. Hopefully someone who's here has been vouching for me, saying, no, usually he's much better than this. What has been going on today? So pop my fluff inside there now. And I'll join these two pieces here. And hopefully, there we go. We're almost at the point now. So I'll come back down. I tell you, I took away the piece of fluff too soon. I had the perfect size fluff, and now I fluffed it. Through there. And now, where am I at? How many have I done? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little sets there. Halfway now. So just make sure I'm doing this correctly. Did I just join 1 or did I do 2? I can't remember where I'm at now. Oh my goodness. Battered. Yep, here we go. Pick up 2. Go through again. Did I just make another mistake? I sure hope not. Doesn't matter. Be fine. This one will be fine anyway. Through there. Pull that nice and tight. Pick up 1. And join these two pieces together again. Through there. Pull those two pieces together. There we go. And let's just hold that nice and firm. Go up the one we've just been doing. And then down this one here. No, do I need to go down there? Yeah. Yes. Down there. Pick up 2 more. So essentially you've got to pick up 2 and then pick up 1 each time. Otherwise that's where I was making all my boo-boos. Steps of, it's 5 lots of pick up 2, then pick up 1. Pull, 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 pull. Almost tight now. Not tight enough though. Pull this one nice and tight. So again, it doesn't matter if it's getting a bit too loose. You are going to go through and tighten all this a bit later. Obviously you want it a bit tighter than I'm doing it at the minute. There we go. Pull that nice and tight. Pull that nice and tight. And now finally we're almost there. There we go. Oh, I'm glad. Jack says, "Don't worry, your credit is still intact." I'm glad you think so. I was starting to worry it wasn't anymore. Through there, and then I'll just go down this bead here. Pick up 1 more. Do I need to pick up 1 more, or do I just join them? Wait, let's just check it. I might need to. Do I need to pick up 1 more? No. I don't think I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I do. Pick up 1 more. Bead here. Join this little fella here. My piece of fluff is nowhere near big enough. Doesn't matter. Go through there. Up through here. We kind of have to go a bit around the houses. Do you know what? I didn't give myself enough thread after all this. Of course. Pull that nice and tight. Go down here. Again, we're just going around all the corners, always corners. Oh, he's lost the thread of it. I missed that one. He's lost the thread of it. Yes, I certainly have. Oh dear. There we go. Through this one here. And then we're going to join these two together finally to bring ourselves pretty much at the point where we need to be. You can see my piece of fluff is nowhere near big enough, but we're certainly getting there now. I tell you, I haven't given myself enough monofilament, I betcha. And the answer is yes, I haven't. I'm going to have to join some. Hopefully, you won't do this, but I'm going to show you a little trick on how to, oh dear, join two threads together if you don't make one long enough. I tell you, everything is just going disastrously, isn't it? Clearly, I woke up on the wrong side of the beading bed this morning. So I'm going to have to just join my two threads with what's called a weaver's knot, which I'll zoom in and I'll show it to you. Did I show that one? There we go. So I'm going to do what's called a weaver's knot. So essentially, let's hope it works with this. You make a cross. You've got your thread just here. So this is the end of my thread, and this is my long piece of thread here. I wish I could show it to you better, but I'll fold it onto a cross. So my thread is going, zoom out. This is the long piece of my thread. It goes all the way here, and then this is the end of this new piece of thread that I'm adding. I'll just take my fingers through the little loop that I've created and grab this tail piece. And now what I'm doing is I've got my tail thread here, and then this is my long thread. I'll bring both of those threads together and pull that through that loop that I made in the center. And then as I pull that, it creates this. I'm going to do a video on this properly, but makes this tiny little loop here with a knot at the bottom, which then what I can do is just take this tail thread here that I've already made. Let's hope this is going to not cause me loads of grief doing this, but I didn't give myself enough thread because that was foolish. Pull through there, and then what I can do is just pull this thread nice and tight. I'll get it as close as I can to this so that I don't have to pull the thread through, and then just give that a really good pull until you hear a clicking. That clicking sound is joining your two threads together, essentially. Pull it through there really, really firmly. And now I have a lovely long thread that I can start working with again. One of those days, isn't it? At least the camera's working much better. I don't seem to be having too much technical difficulties with the camera today. It's a new system, a new setup that we've just introduced today, hence why the color's not quite right yet. But yes, there we go. So essentially now, I'm coming out of this little bead here, and what I need to do is bring myself to these little inner 5 beads here. There we go. And essentially what I'm going to do, I'm almost there. I'm almost home free. Please take me now. And now what I'll do is just essentially create the final pentagon at the bottom. So pick up 2 little bugles. Tell you, I'm going to go home and cry if I have any more mistakes. Pull that through there. Pull this through there. And then go back through this little bead that we've just already coming out of. Pull that. I have to make sure I remember to pull my fluff out. Otherwise, I'll have a little ball with fluff in it. You can leave a nice little beaded thing inside here if you wanted to, which is quite nice. Looks quite effective. And now let's just sort of weave around again through this one. just here. Pull that nice and tight. I'll go down this one as well. No, I won't. I'll pick up one and go down this one opposite. So there, so that's going to create this triangle, 1, 2, and 3. Through here. Pull, 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 pull. Nice and tight. All the way. Don't let it get all wonky. Take my thread back onto the outside of my baubley bit. And I'll go up that same piece that I was just going through. Make sure it stays popped out because you don't want it to be popping in. Through there. Pull that nice and tight now. There we go. And that, essentially, have I just... Oh my goodness, I did too. I knew I'd make a boo-boo. There's just no stopping me today. Did I? Did I not? No, I haven't. Yay, it seems like I haven't made a mistake after all. Good. I thought I'd done another one. Good. I've saved myself from pure, simple disaster. And then down this one here. I have made a simple mistake, I think. Doesn't matter. It's easy to fix. Pull this one down here. There we go. It's because I've got all these extra threads in the way. Confusing me. There we go. Down there. Through this one here. Pull that. Join these two pieces. See, this is why you need to have a nice big piece of fluff. If you had a styrofoam ball, it might be a little difficult to get them out at the end. So then through this, create the little triangle here. We're so close, we're almost there. Just one more bead after this one. Join that. There we go. We're almost there. We're almost home free. And then I can just get on to tightening. Through here. And here. Doris says, best video I've seen yet. Wait, I'm going to show this comment. You meanie Doris. She said, best video I've seen yet. Never laughed as much. Well, you know, laughing at me. Well, okay, I see. Hurting my poor little feelings. So there we go. And now all I have to do, Doris, I'm glad you've been enjoying my struggles. I'll just go through this one here. Pick up one last final bugle. Let's not forget to take out my fluff ball. Dry my eyes. So many struggles. There we go. And now I'm going to just join these two little final pieces through there. Oh my God, of course the needle comes off. Where are these bits coming? What is going on, I tell you? I just can't win today. I'll put my needle back on again. I've really got to just stop it, keep coming off. What is going on? I hope everybody else is enjoying all my struggles today. Jan says she agrees with Doris. She's enjoying my woes as well. And now see how these two aren't quite joined? We'll just join them up. So pull through there. And then again, we need to join these two together and these two together. So I'll just go through here. It's going to be all wonky and floppy at first, but don't worry. I'm going to fix it. Pull it nice and tight. Tight as you can. There we go. Now that I'm here, I'll just join these two little pieces of the circle together as well. Down there. And then finally, It's all coming together with a million little excess threads down there, through here. Ta-da! And it's as easy as that. Oh dear. Let me just pull all these excess threads out of the way. And then finally, I can show you where are these excesses. Here we go. These two threads, which were the ones that I had on the when I made my little my weaver's knot. I can just cut those off. I don't even have to weave them in. Just forget about them. Now I've just got one thread, and it's just got to go from here and join this triangle to this. Pull that tight. Ta-da! And one fully finished, beautiful, beaded bugle bauble. But there you go. Finally, we can see my gorgeous, and it was so much fun to make, I tell you. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. There we go. That's that beautiful beaded bugle bauble. It's a bit floppy at the minute. It holds its shape pretty well, but you can now go through and just weave around. I think I'm going to just kill myself instead, but maybe I'll go through a few. What did I do with my needle? Here it is. I'll weave through a few more times, literally just to tighten it, because you want it to be super firm. And you've got, Sabrina, thankfully, has just said, that was easy. Yeah, you're right, Sabrina. Sabrina's a very good friend of mine. She even used to work here at Bead Spider, you know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, Sabrina. Sabrina, yeah, she used to work here, so I'm glad she's enjoying my suffering as well. So I'll just put that on there. And then, yeah, literally you can just weave around as much as you want, and that will just sort of firm it up, tie knots, and then just tie it all off until finally it's lovely and firm and looking fantastic. And all will be well in the end. And then there you go. You can see it's really starting to take a lovely shape in the end. So, I mean, I'm not going to tie any more knots. I'm going to just put this away and hope I never have to see it ever again. But there you go. You can see it really does make a beautiful little bauble in the end. Nice and effective. Looking very, very good. And now, hopefully, it's going to go much, much smoother. But on Saturday, on Friday, I'm going to show you how to make the bugle bell that comes included with this kit as well, because it looks gorgeous and I love it, and it's much, much firmer, and it's not working with monofilament, so you'll actually be able to make that one, right? But yeah. So yes, don't forget, if you want to make your own bauble, read the instructions properly. I didn't do that. Read the instructions. I know I wrote the instructions. You'd think I'd be able to get through it all okay. But yes, please read my instructions. The text is there and will tell you how to do it. But yes, it's not as difficult as I seem to have wanted to make it look. It's usually much, much easier. But yes, hopefully you enjoyed my struggles. The bugle star, so that's in there. The single star, showed you that one as well. That's a lovely little design. And the bugle bauble. And then, as I said, coming on Friday, we've got the bell coming, which I'm going to show you how to make that one as well, which is gorgeous little ornament. But yes, don't forget, of course, Antita says that she loved my tutorial. I'm glad my struggles make for good entertainment. You know, maybe if I'd done it perfectly, it would have been really boring. You know, it'd just been like, well, you know, whatever. But I'm glad I could entertain you all. But yes, one last time, very, very quickly, I'll just show you on the website all of the different products that you can get that are included, because the one kit, it does make all three of these little designs. So the star, the bauble, and the bell, which is going to be Friday's video. You can make all of those from the one little kit, which it's only £12, so very, very good value. Of course, you can mix them and match them if you want to, but otherwise, let's just take a quick look at the website just here. Here we go. So here is the blue set. We've got the gold set and the silver set. So one bauble, one puffy star, and one bell in the silver. Same in the gold, same in the blue if you just want one. But you can also get any three. Oh, the patterns are also here. So the bell pattern on its own, the prism pattern on its own, and the star pattern on its own, which, I mean, if you think about it, it comes to £11 just for the patterns. Otherwise, for £1 extra, you get all the patterns and you get all the beads and everything as well. So, I mean, we've tried to make it as good value as we can. But if you want to get all three, or if you want to get 3 silvers, or you want to get 2 silvers and a blue, or you want to get a blue and a gold, and whatever combination you want, any 3, you'll also get our free gift, which is that gorgeous Black Russian spiral bracelet, which is, let me just show it to you. I'll even put it on my wrist since everybody's enjoying the entertainment of the video. This gorgeous little bracelet just here, you get all the beads and the instructions on how to make that gorgeous little bracelet. Matches my my arm hair beautifully, I think. Hopefully it will look much nicer on you than my hairy arm. But yeah, you will get the instructions included for that one as well if you get our little one, which is, that's the free gift. So this set just here, you get any 3 kits, whatever you want. So a total of 9 decorations that you can make, plus that gorgeous free gift included. We do also have on this same page the gold and the silver bugles, 15mm. I'm out of the blue already, it seems, but you can still get the kit because we've allotted some for the kit. Here's the illusion cord. I've got wire, but this is what you're going to need for Friday when we make that little bell. But yeah, let's just take one last look at what's coming on Friday. Here's my face. So I'll be making one of these gorgeous Christmas bells on Friday. That's what's going to be coming then. So make sure you stick around for that. Sorry, I'm just trying to pop up the comments again. This is what I'm going to be showing you on Friday. And then Saturday, I am super, super excited, actually. It's a brand new design that I've just finished. I haven't even finished the final, the demo piece. The instructions, I've got them all worked out. I was perfecting it, trying to make it beautiful. That's the plan. That's coming on Saturday. So make sure, if you haven't done so before, if you're new, especially, the little link in the description which says sign up to our newsletter for more patterns and more tutorials and stuff, sign up to that. You will get a £5 voucher for buying patterns as well included. But yeah, Elizabeth has just said, do we get the wire and the thread in the kit? You get everything. You get it all. The kit includes all of it. So all the bugles, all the beads, all the patterns, the thread and the monofilament and the wire, everything is in there. You won't need anything. It's all included. But yes, so what was I saying again? Oh yeah, Saturday. The video on Saturday is definitely one worth watching. Make sure you join our little newsletter there. Like our Facebook page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. So if you're watching on YouTube, click the little button down here. There's a little button right there, a little red one. You can click that button and it will subscribe you to our channel, but make sure you're clicking the bell to get the notifications. So whenever we go live, which at the moment we're doing Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays, you'll be able to be notified. You'll know exactly when we're going live. But anyway, one very last time I'll just mention, because I want to get as many pictures as we can for Saturday. Send us your pictures of what you've been doing, what you've been making, all of that sort of stuff to live@beadspider.co.uk, and I'll try and get you on the show for Saturday. I hope you've enjoyed today's entertainment. I'm ready to cry, I think, but I had lots of fun, actually, and everybody's comments sort of made it lots and lots of fun. But yeah, I guess I will see you all on Saturday for that. No, I'll see you on Friday. I'll see you on Friday for the bell tutorial, and then I'll see you on Saturday for, well, you'll have to wait and see. You'll have to wait and see, but it's definitely a good one. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all then. Thanks for commenting in, being part of the show. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, all of that sort of jazz. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you on Friday. So thank you for watching. Bye-bye.